Hey guys, what's going on? Jason L. Scott, the first one. I want to welcome each and one of you guys to our Monday Night Vision Mastery Call. First of all, I want to congratulate each and every one of you guys who have done some amazing things over the last several days. I know we launched as a brand new organization, and since we have, some of you guys have already gotten sales. Some of you guys have already started recruiting brand new partners and members. Some of you guys already started getting customers logging into your back office, and even some of you guys been already setting up and doing events. And that's why this vision mastery is so important, guys, because this is where you have a chance to be recognized for the work that you're doing, for the inspiration that you are becoming to the people who are following you in this leadership dynamics. Now that each and every one of us have embarked upon a journey, it's really important that we all make a decision that we're going to do this work together. This call is on our weekly schedule. It's on our class schedule. I actually put it on the Nemo call, the new mirror orientation call. I had it then. I talked about it on Saturday. Let you guys know that this call happens on Monday night, and I'm here on Monday. Now, the thing is this. Yes, I could have promoted it inside the chat group. Yes, we could have. And several members already told me that they were going to be doing cookouts and other things like that. But I've learned a long time ago that once something is on the calendar for myself, I just like to be able to show up. Even though everyone may not be able to show up, I like to still show up, even if it's for the moment. Whether it's Christmas, whether it's Easter, doesn't really matter. It's Mother's Day, Father's Day, I still do the calls. I still show up because even if it's just for 10 or 15 minutes during those times, these calls are still important to keep us engaged. One thing I also understood is a lot of times around the holidays, some people they're in a funk. They feel alone, they feel by themselves. And even though this is Labor Day and I set the tone inside of our Telegram chat earlier today, and I was telling everybody that, since the late 1800s, close to the early 1900s is when Labor Day was actually made as it was actually made into law. And once they started that process, since that time, guys, it's been several generations that people have been celebrating today for people like you and myself who have been out here in the workforce putting in that work. And I know that as you're putting in that work as an entrepreneur, you may not feel the same thing. You may not feel that you're not celebrated for Labor Day, but you are. As we start participating in this next phase of what's coming for entrepreneurs. See, when Labor Day was started back in the days, it was started from this process of knowing that the Industrial Revolution was off to a great start, and they wanted to better recognize those people who are workers. But now that the digital revolution is here, and we have a chance that we could become so much more as entrepreneurs. This is the day and age, guys, where many people have gone on to become multiple six and even seven figures working from home, doing online sales, doing digital marketing. This is an amazing time. I promise you, it really is. That's why vision mastery is important, that you learn. See, vision is what you envision, and learning to stretch your imagination past your current situation is something that we must all learn to do. Stretch your imagination past your current situation. Stretch your imagination past your situation. We all got challenges. We all got some things going on. Money doesn't always solve all things, but money will take many of the existing challenge you have. It can kind of alleviate some of the pressures. But if someone passes away in your family, like someone just passed away in my family a few days ago, right? And we have this funeral set up. It still doesn't alleviate the fact that my family member is now gone. But the fact that you're able to have money that you can get to the funeral, money that you can actually help with the burial, money that you can help the family, money that you can be able to take off, and you don't even have to worry about the job telling you that if you don't work, you don't get paid. All those things come into play when it comes to the fact that death is a part of life. But getting money out the way, guys, is something that we should always strive to do. Put ourselves in a situation that we can move past anything that comes up. If you're in an abusive relationship, having money out the way will give you alternatives and options that most people who are in an abusive relationship, they don't have when they can't get away from their spouse or from their loved one. They can't get away from that. And when they can't get away, they stay in a situation many times way long past the point that they should have departed, until something happens many times when they'll depart this life based off of how hard someone actually drove into them. But we have an opportunity, guys, to take money out the way as a factor. So vision mastery, stepping to this next space, understanding that this first part of what we are right now is we are all in discovery. When I coach and I mentor people, I have a 12-month cycle, right? That I work through. What is it, 12 months? Because I say 12 months because once a month I work with people on certain things. In that first month, I work with them on discovery. And in that first month, when I work on discovery, I cover a few things under discovery. And one of those things that I cover is reveal. And reveal can mean a lot to different people because many things have to be revealed to you in order for you to see through your situations and your challenges. Many times we're so caught into the middle of what's happening that we don't see past the challenges. We don't see past the situation. We don't see, it's kind of what how they say this thing. They say you can't see the forest through the trees. When you're in the midst of it, you don't see everything around you, but revealing yourself when it comes to self-discovery, when it comes to discovering how you see a thing. See, the battle between winning and losing is your attitude of mind. It's not what happens to you, it's what you do with what happens to you that makes a difference between winning and losing. And don't you ever forget that. See, right now I'm on this call. I know that many others are not on the call right now. It's not a takeaway. We're a brand new organization here. And some people may feel that if no one reminds them that the call doesn't happen. But for the fact that the call is there, there should be a reminder to you that if the call is scheduled, the call is going to happen, even if no one reminds you. It's like having a job. No one reminds you. If they tell you to come on a Saturday, they don't call you and remind you to come on a Saturday. You just show up on a Saturday. They call you and tell you that you work 5 days a week. No one reminds you you work 5 days for the week. And even though I know that we will be sending reminder calls and texts and things like that, sometimes I like to just do this as a part of the process because we are all in discovery. And right now we haven't even discovered in ourselves how much of the information that we're really taking in. I did a great call from what everybody told me a couple of days ago when we did the new member orientation call. And we talked about the 4 steps to momentum. And we talked about the class calendar and schedule. And one thing that I didn't say at that time, but I'm going to say to you now, put it in your calendar on your phone as an alert to always remind you of each and every call. Even if you can't make the call because some family emergency has come up and you can't make it. Any other reason other than that, you should be making the calls because the calls are designed to be night school. Is an evolution. Let's say if you pay $1,000 per class, you will show up. If you know you paid $1,000 a class and as you show up for the class, matter of fact, let's say you paid $100 for the class. And after the end of the class, you're going to earn $1,000. But every class that I give, every class that the leaders give, you can literally use the information to go on to tack on another $1,000 worth of income inside that month that you learned that new skill set. I promise you, I know that I've done it. I've watched it happen many times. So I know that it can happen for you. But that discovery of oneself, even it comes back to right now when you're revealing some things to yourself, how much you really listening, how much you really deciding that you're going to participate in the rescue. Now, let me explain it this way. There's 4 levels of listening: listening to, listening at, listening with, and listening for, FOR. Listening for is the highest level of listening. And as we're listening for things, let me see, make sure my mic is on here. As we're listening for, I don't know if you guys, it may have been having a challenge early. As you're listening for, right, FOR, the highest level of listening. As you're listening for ways that you can literally transform your life, listening for the strategies and the techniques and the things that can literally help catapult you forward. As you're listening for these things, all right? So you're listening to at with, you're kind of like, yeah, right. You're in a mode, but when you're listening for, that's the highest level. That means you're listening for the keys. You know how people say, just give me the one thing. That one thing is normally inside the thing that somebody is saying. Like even right now, this, what are you listening for? As I talk about discovery, as I talk about revealing oneself to oneself. See, when it comes to coaching, when it comes to mentoring, when it comes to teaching, when it comes to working with people, our job and what we do is really designed, right, for us to work in such a way that I like to tell people we observe the observer. When you're listening in, when you're following with, when you're learning about yourself and you're in discovery mode, I want you to learn to observe the observer. See, the first thing that you do is observe whenever you're in this moment, in this mode. You're listening to me, you're watching me, but you're observing. All right. After observing, our job is to learn to observe the observer. That means you gotta now learn to start to pay attention to you, paying attention to you, watching you, watching you. Watch yourself watching you. That see, observe the observer. See, the observer is like this. But when you're the observer, watching the observer, see that you're outside watching the observer, now you're seeing what I'm like this. You're seeing yourself, all the things you do. You're seeing when you're looking around, you're seeing not from the camera lens, you're seeing from someone seeing, see from here, you can see what's happening right here. When you're the observer looking at the person who's watching, like right here, while I'm here looking at here and you're observing in this moment, the observer can see that as my hands are to the side, my hands are tapping my legs like this. See, when you may not see that right now because you're observing, but the observer from the outside can see that my hands are tapping. So when you're learning to observe the observer, it takes you to another level of focus, of understanding. You're able to see yourself differently, you know what I'm saying, than you did before. When we start to work together longer, I'm going to teach you to observe the observer, observing the observer. There's a whole nother paradox and levels to understanding and paying attention and seeing things and paying attention to the subtle nuances that most people overlook. So when you start to learn these strategies and these systems and these things that I'm going to teach you, and you understand that that first step when it comes to revealing, the first thing that you do under the reveal is is that my phone is for you to know that is identity and awareness. So discovery is focused on revealing things to you, but what you're revealing is your identity and awareness. And both of those are trainings that I go deep into because identity is one thing and how you identify who you say you are, who you are and why are you that person. But then there's also your self-identity and the things that you say to self, the things that you outwardly project. There's a lot more to this process. So when we are brand new in this space of discovery, we're going to go deeper into these things. Before I even go into other strategies and other ways of paying attention to self, this is going to help open up the doors for you in many ways that you can learn to pay attention in a way that's going to teach you about people because I'm going to teach you about people by teaching you about self. When you're able to focus in on paying attention to self, now you're more aware on how to pay attention and observing other people. Many times we don't observe the people because we can't wait to tell the people what we want them to hear. But in your observation of paying attention to the people, you'll start to learn some things about yourself because you are the people. So paying attention to yourself, you learn some things about yourself that'll cause you to go, hmm. Matter of fact, write that down in your paper. Anytime something comes up, I want you to go, hmm. Don't go, yeah, but let me, I hear you, but let me tell you what's going on. No, always go, hmm. And I always tell people, like I've heard one of my mentors say before, just try that on for size. Try it on. Don't just say what doesn't work. That's too much. It doesn't. Just always just say, let me try that on. I'm gonna try that on. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see how this can apply to myself. So, guys, our vision mastery call is designed to go deeper mentally, help us expand into another way of thinking in another realm of reality. Paying attention to the things and the subtle nuances, like I said, that most people overlook. And we're going to go so much deeper into that. But as today is Labor Day, I want to spend at least 15, 20 minutes just sharing some awakening conversations with you guys. Help you guys understand that we have a long journey ahead of us. But as we're launching, we have to be loud, vocal, and we have to be participating every single moment of every single day in order to get people to see that this is the right organization, that we are the right energy. Leadership Academy is an energy. Remember, I said leader of one, leader of many. If I can't lead one, I can't lead any. And how many have you led to this call tonight? How many have you reminded to get onto the call tonight? How many of you guys even just checked in, just click the link just to see, just in case it was on tonight? Now, I know for years I've been doing this Vision Mastery call on Sundays, but because I wanted to fit it into the schedule of the team and other team leaders who's on the call as well, we put it on Monday. And I've had the discussions with many of the other team leaders that to know that today that they weren't going to be able to be on the call as well. But my family's here, my children are here, my grandchildren are here, families downstairs. We had an amazing day today. And they're still downstairs right now watching a movie and having a great time and laughing and talking and things like that. But I still found time to get away, to spend some moment in time with you. Because if it's on the calendar, I'm going to make sure that I show up. Because I understand if it is to be, it's up to me. Guys, I love each and every one of you guys. I promise you I do, because my mother taught me to. So this has been our Monday night. I got to get you to say Monday, because I'm just saying a Sunday night vision. This is our Monday night vision mastery call. And again, congratulations to all of you guys who have succeeded this week over the last few days, who have introduced new people to the business, who have gotten new customers, who have gone out there and done some home parties, who've gone out there and set up and done some events. Congratulations, guys, for showing up, right, and having results, because we get paid to do two things here, to retail and recruit. Everything else is just a process of learning and strategy, but to retail and recruit. For those who have retail and gotten some results, congratulations. For those who have recruited people and got some results, congratulations, guys. I'll see each and every one of you guys. So always remember, given the sum total of all your decisions, you cannot change who you are, but given new life, new vision, new unity, you can change who you become. So with that today, not tomorrow, but like right now, let's all just become. You guys have an amazing and powerful new you. See you guys soon. Bye now.